Hello, alumni and other stakeholders in health management and policy. My name is Mark Bonica. I am the new chair of the department, and I wanted to share a short video brief with you about kind of the exciting things we've been up to this past year. Talk about a little bit about the future, and then share with you. Well, we have some plans for the future that I'm gonna share with you in another video if you're so interested. So let me just share my screen. There we go. I am the new chair. Bob McGrath stepped down after about 13 years of leadership. Deeply appreciative of all the great stuff he has done. He is still with us in the department and plans to be doing great things and will be an important part of our future strategy. So to start, we had a super exciting graduation. We had the class of 24, 19 wonderful students off to do great and more great and wonderful things. We also graduated 7 MPH students from this spring, as well, and Caitlin McGonigal, McMonigal, sorry, Caitlin, if you're watching this, did a nice presentation on her project, her field study about helping local health officers develop more standardized methods for data collection and reporting. We also had 2 HDS, Health Data Science students, graduate in the spring. Phil Hernandez made inroads into using machine learning to detect some long COVID issues, and Sarah Prescott worked on looking at the new CMS mandate on staffing levels and found a relationship between staffing adequacy and quality of care indicators. So all important things happening here at HMP in our 3 different programs. Focusing in on some of the faculty, exciting things for the faculty. Drs. McGrath and Atour published a health policy, a new book, the second edition of Health Policy and Analysis, with John Seavey, who is former professor in the department, and they received the second prize from the American Journal of Nursing Book of the Year Award. So that's really awesome. Great way for HMP to be making itself seen. We've got faculty who have received a number of grants. Dr. Herring, who has a joint appointment with HMP and Econ, received an NIH grant. Dr. Bahalke is going to be a co-I or co-investigator on an NIH grant. And Dr. Atour, I wanted to share what she received, but it's a big grant. She's a co-investigator on, but she told me that I can't release the specifics yet. So I'll have to share that for a future update, but she's doing great things too. With the students and kind of activities here in the department, we had our 6th annual Shaping the Future. So if you were here as a student since 2016, you probably participated in our event Shaping the Future, which had historically been done in conjunction with the Northern New England chapter of the American College of Healthcare Executives. This year, we expanded that sponsorship and incorporated the Northern New England chapter of the Healthcare Financial Management Association. We had over 100 executives, students, and faculty participating in our event. It was a great, it was 6-7 hour day, including CFOs from all around the state, CEOs. It was just as always, it's just a wonderful event. And we use some alumni donations to help cover some of the costs of this. It's a great way to showcase UNH and HMP by bringing the potential employers to campus with the student and putting them at tables with the students so that the students can interact with them. It's just been a real success over the last several years. Those of you who are recent grads and even longer term grads, we've always had a great relationship with both the HFMA and ACHE Northern New England chapters. ACHE has for several years been allowing our students to come to attend their annual meeting. This year it was in Portsmouth, so didn't require them to go very far, but have been allowing them to come attend their annual meetings for free, which is great. And 2 years ago, the HFMA chapter went ahead and made that decision as well. So to allow the students to come for free, and basically, we are allowed to bring as many students as are interested to come, and they've just been the partnership with these organizations has just been great. One of the cool things, this kind of started, I want to say we really started bringing them in force for both of these events are 2-day events. So we had historically been just bringing them to one day, but it was, I want to say 2021, as the pandemic was kind of lifting, the ACHE annual meeting was in Woodstock, Vermont, which is about a 3-hour drive from here. And I knew the kids wouldn't be able to get there for the 8 o'clock start. They would have to leave at 4:30 in the morning. And, on a Friday morning, that's unlikely to happen. So excuse me, uh, using using gift funds from the 603 challenge and other donations. We brought the students up the night before. There was an event, there was an ACHE event the night before. The students got to meet with the ACHE chapter board in the evening, and then they spent the night, which was what, so we paid for the hotel with alumni donations. So the kids were able to really fully engage with the chapter. And we've started doing that as well with HFMA. So this past 2 years, we've brought students to the HFMA chapter meetings, which have for the last 2 years been in North Conway. And so the students have been able to come up, spend the night, thanks to alumni support, and really be fully engaged with the conference. It's just been a really wonderful. Both organizations are wonderful. Just getting the kids the chance to do this is just a really great thing. So thank you to those of you who have been contributing to UNH. Exciting for, as you know, an important part of the undergraduate program is the summer internship. This year we have 24 rising seniors who are out as I speak, doing their internships. One of the things that's exciting is this is the third year in a row where we've been able to make arrangements with the organizations that are providing the internships, that the students would be paid. And we even have some facilities that are in more remote locations offering housing and pay. I want to highlight, in particular, Spear Memorial up in Plymouth is doing that, and Mount Desert Island Hospital in Bar Harbor. I mean, can you imagine doing your internship in Bar Harbor in the summer? But nonetheless, we also have a bunch of other wonderful facilities that are supporting our students, and I'll be heading out starting next week to visit them. Uh, Shifting to kind of talking about teaching, one of the things that I'm really excited about is we've kind of done a major overhaul of our capstone, HMP 742. Doctors Jameson and Lee have really overhauled the capstone. Those of you who don't know Jameson and Lee, Jameson is the former CEO of Portsmouth Regional. She's been with us about 9 years now, as started as adjunct and now as a lecturer. Dr. Lee is a former retired chief strategy officer. Sorry, brain went on hold there for a second. Dr. Lee is the former chief strategy officer for the Elliott Hospital. And between the two of them, they bring decades of leadership and strategy experience to our strategy class. And so this year, what they did was they identified a number of organizations that are struggling. You're well aware, I'm sure, of Steward at this point, Tufts, and then an organization in Texas called Trinity. All of these organizations are in distress, and so so Jameson and Lee had the students kind of doing research, live research, looking up the financials of these organizations, and then looking at population trends and all sorts of things to help them kind of pull all their learning together, and again using real live ongoing organizations as the focus of their studies. And so it was just a wonderful experience, and we're excited to see what they can do going forward with that. But great teaching is just continues. And one of the ways that we've been working on teaching is, as you know, we have the practicum sequence. We have pre-prac 1 and 2, and then post-prac. So pre-prac before they go out on the internship, post-prac when they come back in the fall as seniors. This year, what we did was we had the seniors come into pre-prac and coach the juniors on writing their resumes, cover letters, running them through doing elevator speeches and more. It was just a wonderful inter-class opportunity. And then I just want to share a couple, because our professors are amazing. I want to share a couple of lines from the student feedback on our professors, and these are anonymous comments. So we have Dr. Jory, who teaches into both the HDS and undergrad programs. I would strongly recommend Professor Jory. She did an excellent job explaining material that I would have previously thought was very complicated. So she does a great job working with all the kind of high level quantitative work. Dr. Jameson is an amazing professor. She's very understanding, and her lectures feel like you're having a conversation with her, right? I've never had a professor like her. She's so smart and has a lot of experience, and I feel there's so much to learn from her, and I really hope I have her as a professor again, which, I get to read all these now as I'm sitting in the chair role, and I'm telling you that these are just the common kind of statements. And this is one fun one that I wanted to share that was from my fall evals, which is Bonica's very attentive and concerned with student success, provides all the tools necessary to do well in the course, will relentlessly help you until you fully understand a concept. So I love that. That's probably one of my favorite SEL comments that I've ever gotten. But closing up here, we do have a departure. We have had the privilege of having Pam Thomas, Dr. Pam Thomas, with us for many years. I want to say about 8 years. She is getting a promotion to now take her skills as the department administrator and advisor to the Department of Nursing. Can't argue with that. Department of Nursing is about 5-6 times the size of HMP. So she's going to be able to take her amazing skills and knowledge and organizational abilities and just caring attitude to nursing, and I'm sure she's going to do great things. And of course, we will miss her greatly. And finally, we have launched a strategic plan for growth that I'm calling 200. We might be small, but we are mighty, as you know. But we are going to be embarking on a strategic plan for growth over the next 4 to 5 years, and we will be medium, right? So we're not going to go from being one of the smallest majors or smallest departments in the college to being one of the biggest. We'll probably never be able to pass nursing or kinesiology, but we're gonna shoot to be. We're gonna be like Avis and try harder. So we're gonna be medium and even more mighty. And if you would like to know more about the details about that, I'm going to record a separate briefing for you to talk about what 200 means. So thanks for listening this far. I hope you have a great summer, and I look forward to hearing from you and seeing you. I will put a link to my LinkedIn and my email address in the video notes. So if you'd like to reach out and get in touch, if we're not already connected, I'd love to hear from you. So thank you for everything you guys do. I hope you're as proud of HMP today as you were when you graduated, and we are doing great things.